When we left off last time, I was cartridge rolling, I believe, the ports on this head. So what I did was I cartridge rolled them all, and then started using these abrasive rolls after that to smooth it out. Only on the exhaust side though. But so this port right here is what it looks like when I get done with the cartridge rolls. It's smooth, but it's kind of rough to the touch. You know what I mean? It's a smooth port, but it's like you can feel it with your fingernail a little bit. You know what I mean? You can tell there's not much shine to it, so it's kind of rough, but it's a smooth port at the same time. And then this is with the abrasive rolls. Now there's 4 different grits. This guy right here, it's like 120 or something, and then the red I think is 150 or 180, something like that, and then like 320, and then the black is 400, I think is the way it goes. It shows it when you buy them. I got an 80 pack of them for 20 bucks on eBay, so not bad. So this is what it looks like after I get done going through the 4. It's much smoother, quite a bit shinier, but not a mirror finish. So this is fine. And I mean, do this if you got time. You know, like me, I'm waiting on the motor. It's at the machine shop. Weather's shitty, so I can't be welding on the S10. So I'm playing with the head, just blowing some time on it, you know. It ain't gonna hurt it. So it's giving me something to do, keeping me busy. So I didn't abrasive roll this. That's cartridge roll only, which is just fine. That's just fine. So of course I ported it out, you know, like I showed on the other video, and then cartridge roll with the Summit cartridge rolls that don't come apart. And then just on these 3, I used these guys, all 4 colors. And I went a step further on this last one over here. Look at how shiny that is. See, you can actually see my finger. See how that's a mirror. That is a mirror shine right there. Do that over here in the next one, can't see shit. This one here, there's nothing. So this one, which is pretty damn good, that's pretty smooth. And this one here, bam, that's a mirror. That is like chrome in there. So all that does really is helps keep from it helps keep the carbon from attaching to it. The smoother the surface, the harder it is for stuff to attach to it and stick. So you got a rough surface, you know, you've all seen, you pull your motor apart, the pistons are black, the ports, the bottom of your heads are all black and shit. Your exhaust port is completely black. I can run this for a season, pull it apart, it'll probably be a little brown. That's about it. And it won't be like something I can flake off either. It'll just be like a brown dust, you know, as long as the shit's tuned right. But there's always a tune that will screw it up, but you know, you tune it right and it'll just keep it open, let it flow better, nothing catching on it, so it flows better. It might be a minuscule, you know, amount, but if you ain't got nothing else to do, ain't nothing wrong with it, I don't think. And you can do this to your whole head if you want. You can have a chrome aluminum head, and you can do this to any aluminum head. It just takes time, that's it. Little bit of, you know, a few bucks in materials, disposables, and just go to town on it. Clean it up. I don't know how much cleaning I'll do on this. I don't really care that much what the 350 looks like. But I don't know. It depends on how much time I have as to how much I'll do to it. I still have to do the intake side on this, but I wanted to show the differences in the ports here and what differences that makes. You really, from this to this, it's not like you would get in your car and feel a difference. That wouldn't happen. You wouldn't feel a difference. It's just cleaner. It'll go longer without buildup. Who knows? And when I was taught how to work on cars, the guy that taught me, he said, the clean one, or the cleaner it is, the better it'll operate. He always said something like that, and I kind of stuck to it. I always like to keep my shit clean. But I'm gonna, when I get done with this head and with the other one, I'll run it through my cleaner and clean it up as well as I can. And if I got time, then I may polish on it just a little bit. I don't want a chrome head, but you know, just clean it up some like this. Not give it a mirror shine or anything, but make it look new again, at least. Because I mean, the ends, they look pretty good. Got a little black paint splash on them. I can get that off easy, but they look decent. A little dirty, but yeah. So I won't go even this far on the intake. The intake will still be rougher than this, but it'll be smooth, just not baby butt smooth. So just wanted to show this before I went ahead and did them all the same, which I don't even know if I'm going to do all this, because the way I did that was when I got through with the grits on these, I did the black one, which is the 400 grit, in water. I wet it and then did it in there, and that made it a little better. And then I took this guy, one of these here, and put it in the White Rouge, and that sucker, within probably 3 or 4 minutes, turned it into that from that. So it didn't take long to get that mirror finish on it. And these, I got a 2-pack of them for $4 at Harbor Freight, and then the next time I went to Harbor Freight, I saw in the same spot it was a 4-pack for $4 and some change. So I guess I screwed myself there, but anyways, that worked great. I may do it. I may just do that to my exhaust ports. I've never done an absolute mirror shine on my exhaust ports before, so I'm kind of curious as to, you know, how it would look after a season. Maybe I'll leave one port. Well, no, it won't, because I know how they come out. I've done it like this on most of my heads. I do this to the exhaust port, and I stop there. So I know how it comes out looking. So I think that I'll, if I have time and feel like it, I may mirror these up, just the exhaust ports, and see how it looks after, you know, a few months or so, or whenever the next time I take the heads off. Hopefully never, but shit happens, right? So, alright, just wanted to update on that and look at how nasty this is. I haven't done the bowl side yet. I've only done the port side, so the bowl side, look at that. Look at that mirror in there. That is freaking sweet looking. Look at that. And then here, that's a baby butt, but not a chrome finish. And then that's just cartridge roll. But that's the stock intake port job there. That's the where it's got them little ridges in it. That's from the CNC machine porting it out. So all I do really is just knock those down to where it's smooth and leave it like this one, or you know, just leave it with the cartridge roll, a rough cartridge roll on the intake, and then that's it. No polishing on those, don't want that. And then out here in the chamber, I'll make sure there's no sharp edges whatsoever. Usually on these AFR heads, I've noticed that right here on the spark plug hole, where they cut the threads in, you might want to knock that down. That's about it. Other than that, there's really no sharp edges on these AFR heads. That's pretty normal, but I may hit just that because there's a little lip there, right there. I may hit that just with an abrasive, knock it down just a hair, and I've already hit these, I think, with in the spark plug hole a while back when I had them off, but I think I only hit them with like a wire brush or something, so they were worse than that right there. So I'm gonna knock that down. You can see the pitting in there from the heat, and that pitting will just make it more brittle, make them threads more brittle. So I think I'm gonna just get rid of them teeth right there. Look at that. Looks like buck teeth hanging out of my spark plug hole. I'll probably just try to get rid of them. Maybe even screw an old spark plug in all the way, and then try to knock them down with it in there, and then screw it out so I know that it's not going to be screwed up. But yeah, I have no idea how much time or miles or runs or whatever is on these heads. These came on the Nova when I bought it with the 350 that was in it. It was freaking junk. The only thing that was junk about it was the thrust bearing. Thrust bearing got ate all the way through, and then the shavings from that got everywhere in the engine and screwed it all up. I had to bead blast my pistons to get the bearing material out of them so I could reuse them. But got it all out. They're smooth now. I'm gonna reuse them. The rod's just fine. I had to get a new crank because it ate into the crank on every one of the ate through the block. I had to get a new block and a new crank. So that's what's going back in the Nova. But in the meantime, I had the 427 Dart 427 built for it, the short block, and shipped to me, and then I put together the rest. But that's what's been in it, and now it's going to come out and go in the S10 hopefully freaking soon. But it'll still be some months because I gotta work. But yeah, I'll clean all this up. I'm going to come across this with a flat surface just to see how you hit it with some what I do to check them. You can put a straight edge on them, but that'll only tell you so much. I'll take a straight edge with some mild grit sandpaper on them and do a few strokes and just see where it hits and where it doesn't, and then decide whether I can just clean it up and hit it like that myself, or it needs to go to the machine shop, which doesn't cost much. I'll probably just take it there anyways. It'll take like I don't know, I think they took like 5 millimeters off my other heads because they got a little warped, but that's aluminum head life, right? Especially with the explosive, damaging, harsh ass nitrous that I use. Yeah, so just wanted to throw that at you. I'm gonna finish, well, I don't know if I'll finish them up. I'm gonna work on them for a bit longer until I feel like quitting. But all right, later on.